How are you doing? Fellow degenerates. Mickey D here for Cold Beer Sports, back with a selection or two for tomorrow. I didn't think I'd be back as fast, but as I say, circumstances in life always leads to the next road turning. I'll tell you what happened. No more than last week, you could hardly make it fucking up. Mad Merrigan rang me there Saturday evening. He was a bit dejected after getting the old off from Louis Walsh, and he wanted to go for a drink. So I said, where do we go? So he knew I like Galway. So, and he had a good time when he was in Galway there recently at the races. So he said, I'll meet you in Galway. And up to Galway anyway, I said I'd meet him. I was in a bit of a sympathetic mood, so I said I'd go up, he might want an old shoulder to cry on, you know. So, drove up anyway. But yes, who pulled in alongside us? Only Joe Value. He had a little bit of a trailer behind the car, one that should have greyhounds in. So I never knew that Joe was into greyhounds anyway, but I didn't bother asking him anyway. But went for a few drinks anyway. Went to McGettigan's there near Square. Got well looked after anyway, and I wanted to put them to bed there, you know, after I was thinking they had enough, and they wanted one more. So that's the rock I perished on anyway. That I gave them one more anyway. So back anyway to Ayr Square. Down to the trailer with the two of them anyway. And you know what they took out? The two fucking wheelbarrows. The middle of the night. They're like two kids be on Christmas morning, tearing round Ayr Square with the two wheelbarrows anyway. So some of you that might have been frequenting Temple Bar in Dublin to see them rickshaws late at night, you know, the taxi people home, young bucks going around and they pull you around in a sort of an armchair on wheels. So because there was a hen party down from Dublin anyway, and didn't they think this was Galway's equivalent of the rickshaw? So because they flagged down Mad Merrigan anyway, and they asked for a lift home. So because Merrigan, of course, forever they looking for the opportunity to make the next pound anyway, hopped two young ones into it anyway and asked them where they were going. Not in a car, as they said. So out by the docks anyway, he went anyway, and the sweat pissing off him, and he shouted back, for McHugh there, I'll be back for another load. So because Joe Value then, he was thinking of money as well, always, you see. And but he hopped three in anyway and asked where they were going. Salt Hill. So I said, Jesus Christ Almighty. I felt totally responsible because it was me that introduced them to the wheelbarrows there a few months ago. So I have to keep an eye on them, you know. And I learned by mistake anyway that the next time I think they're going to bed, they'll be going to bed anyway, that's it. Because otherwise they'll finish up in the big house, the big white house with the padded cells, and the doors locked on them. So I have to keep an eye on them anyway. So I said I'd come back anyway for the next few weeks anyway and see how things go. Now, I won't be looking after them every night, but an odd night anyway, especially when I have a good selection for the next day. So anyway, that's how I'm here. So anyway, I've one selection for tomorrow, or two. But just before I do that, we finished up well on Sunday. I had a grand, discordantly finished 6th in the Troytown. Paddy Power and a few of them were paying, so it was grand to get to 6th, 14 to 1, I backed them, so it was grand to get the extra place off them. And that's always shop around to get, especially anything over 8 to 1 or 10 to 1, shop around to get the extra place because it's well worth it. Not only to get your money back, but there was nearly a £2 profit as well on it. Like. So that brought, there's a grand winner then in the last at Exeter. In Rem, hosed up, line back in the bath, boom, grand, lovely. So we'll keep an eye on that one again. I could be winning. It's very impressive. So that brought us over the 20-point mark for the week. So if we could do that every week, we'd be in clover, wouldn't we? So we'll try our best. So tomorrow, in the 1 o'clock at Hereford, a horse called Nazwa. It's out of Seapoy. It's a 3-year-old. And his handicap debut the last day, on his last run in Warwick, over 2 miles, and travelled nicely to the race, but it was 4th when it jumped the last. But it made tremendous ground then from that to the line, and it suggested like that an extra half a mile, which it is tomorrow, would be to its liking. It was pushed up £2, but as for Oliver Stewart or Sherwood, and he's going nicely. In the last 14 days he had 2 winners, and in the last 21 days he had like 2 winners, and I think he had 6 placings. So when Sherwood gets in form, no more than Venetia Williams and a few of them, like, you know, they're good to stay with. He's only a 3-year-old, so he's getting, listen to this now, he's getting a stone from the top weight. And if it was an all-aged handicap, he'd be giving it £4. So like, this is November, so he'd be nearly 4 it was said the 1st of January. So he should be winning tomorrow. He's 11-4. It was a bit 3-1 early, but 11-4. So I'd be having a 3-point win on that. Our lucky 3-point win, hopefully. So that's the first one. Then Dundalk is on tomorrow night. A horse that we were unlucky with last week is a reserve in the 5:30 Dr. Patrick. But Luke Comer has 2 horses in it as well, and the 2 of them have been backed in the last 20 minutes, and it's just gone 5 o'clock now. Dammit is 7s into 11-2. But he has another one there, old Tom Higgins. So maybe would he ever pull out one of them and let Dr. Patrick run? I don't know. Keep an eye on that. But Dammit has good enough for him if he runs and Dr. Patrick doesn't. He was 5th of 14 the last time, but in a grade, it was a 75, and this is a 70 handicap. And he was 3rd last April, course for him. So he travels all right on the track. Old Tom Higgins is no slouch either. He had a very eye-catching 9th of 21 in Leopardstown at mile 2 there in August, I think. So worth keeping an eye on the Comer Yard. But he has a banker bet in the 5 o'clock, Seattle Creek. No prices up yet. I've seen a probable forecast of 6-4. I'll be shoveling on the coal if I get 6-4. Hear this for him. First time out in Leopardstown in a maiden. 4th to the Mediterranean, that Coolmore beast, 80-1. Second run was in the Group 1 St. Leger. It was 9th, but it was just behind the 99 rated stablemate aircraft carrier, and it beat 108 rated Barbados, and around the Vian was behind it. Like they were well over, they're 108 and 112. And then it ran second the last time in a maiden to Anner Creek. Anner Creek is rated 79. That should be winning tomorrow night. If you get even money, horse her on. Maybe do a pint double, and if the first one wins at 11-4, you'd have a few pound going on to it without having to delve into the wallet on a Friday evening. In Seattle Creek's race there, there's a Joseph O'Brien horse, but it hasn't ran since January. It's only rated 71. The Comer horse Seattle Creek is rated 84. Like Anton over 70, 75, we should be winning in Maiden and in Dundalk. So that would be the banker bet. Put him in all your multiples during the day if you want. I can't see him losing, to be honest. Like, you know, it's mile and a half maiden. So Nazwa in the 1 o'clock at Hereford, 3-point win. Do a pint double. Hopefully that first one wins. That big double will be going on to the other one. Keep an eye on Dammit in the 5:30. And I'll be trying to get from now on, I would say, Dundalk on a Friday night. The likes of that, Jimmy Coleman above in Derry and the Badger Ale Bar might be looking for a winner. And well, we all are on a Friday night. Go for a pint. Nothing beat it. So anyway, that's it. Mickey D. Over and out. Cold Beer Sports. Bash the bookies.